What if I told you the ink cartridge on your desk costs more per liter than motor oil, more than a bottle of wine, almost more than anything else you can legally buy as a liquid? Nobody tells you that number because nobody sells you ink by the liter. Today, we're ranking 5 ink brands on the only number that actually matters: price per liter. Worst to least bad, building all the way up to a cartridge that breaks $5,000 a liter. Then, we flip it. 3 tanks, including one built by a brand on this exact list, that undercut that price by 30 times over. Let's build the ladder. 5 ink brands, ranked from expensive to almost unbelievable. And to keep this simple, here's your yardstick. Milk runs about $1 a liter. Gasoline, roughly the same. A nice bottle of wine might cost you $50. Designer perfume, some of the priciest liquid you can legally buy, tops out around $4,000 a liter. Hold on to that number, because 2 of the brands on this list are about to walk straight past it. Here's why printer ink ends up this expensive in the first place. Most printers are sold at a razor-thin margin, sometimes even below cost. The company isn't trying to make money when you buy the printer. It's trying to get the printer into your home so you keep coming back for the refill. That's not a theory. That's the actual business plan. And by the time we hit number 1, you'll hear a printer company's own CEO say almost exactly that in a televised interview, in his own words. Keep that mechanism in mind as we go, because every single brand on this list is running some version of the exact same play. The printer is the bait, the ink is where the real money gets made, and the price per liter is the only number that tells you the truth about it. Number 5, Brother. A Brother LC75C cartridge runs about $15 for 12 milliliters, which comes out to roughly $1,300 a liter, more than 25 times the price of that bottle of wine. Brother's Laserside, the toner cartridges for their black and white printers, is actually one of the more reasonable deals in the entire printer industry, often running just a couple cents a page. Their inkjet side runs a completely different playbook, sometimes 10 times worse per page than their own laser lineup. Same logo on the box, 2 totally different price tags, depending on which aisle of the store you're standing in. Number 4, Epson. A standard Epson cartridge holds about 5.5 milliliters for around $14. Do the math, and that's roughly $2,600 a liter, more than 50 times the price of that bottle of wine we mentioned. It's also about 14 times what Epson charges for the exact same chemical ink sold a few shelves over in a refill bottle. If you print an average couple hundred pages a month, that cartridge system alone can run past $100 a year in ink. Money that never shows up as one big number, just a string of $20 and $30 charges you barely notice. Same company, same ink, 14 times the markup, just because of the plastic it's sitting in. Number 3, Lexmark. Lexmark isn't selling liquid ink, it's selling toner powder, so the unit changes, but the trick is the same. 2 Lexmark cartridges holding the exact same toner can cost you close to 4 times as much per page, depending only on which one you pick off the shelf. Grab the standard yield cartridge and you're paying around 8 cents a page. Grab the high yield version. Same toner, same printer, sometimes even the same size box, and it drops to about 2 cents a page. Nobody flags that difference at checkout. For an office or a household that prints a few hundred pages a month, picking the wrong box quietly costs an extra several $100s a year, and the label never once tells you that you had a cheaper option sitting right next to it. It's the same shell game as every other name on this list, just measured in cents per page instead of dollars per liter. If you're doing this math in your head right now and getting a little annoyed, hit that like button. It helps this reach people who are about to buy a printer with zero idea what any of this actually costs long term. And if you're not subscribed yet, we run these exact numbers on the stuff that never makes it onto a spec sheet every single week. Number 2, Canon. A Canon PG243 black cartridge holds 5.6 milliliters for about $25. Scale it up and you're past $4,400 a liter. More expensive than that top-shelf perfume we mentioned earlier, and Canon doesn't need a single lawsuit or firmware update to pull it off. It just builds the cartridge small enough that the sticker price still looks reasonable, and small enough that almost nobody ever does the per-liter math standing in the aisle. Print a modest amount of color photos a month on one of these small cartridges, and you'll be back at the store more often than you'd ever expect from a $25 purchase. Number 1, HP. An HP 65. Tricolor cartridge holds about 4 milliliters of ink for around $20. Scale that to a full liter, and you land at about $5,000. For ink, not gold, not saffron, ink. That's more than the priciest perfume on the planet, more than motor oil, more than wine, more than gasoline, combined and multiplied several times over. This is the company that basically wrote the printer industry's playbook, and their own CEO said as much a couple years back. They don't make their real money selling you the printer, they make it selling you what goes inside it, refill after refill after refill. It's not a rumor, it's just the price printed on the box, divided by what's actually inside it, multiplied out to a number most people never bother calculating. Now flip it, because 3 tanks prove this entire price ladder was never necessary in the first place. Same basic ink, same basic chemistry, sold through a bottle instead of a cartridge, and the price falls off a cliff. Epson EcoTank swaps the cartridge for a refillable tank you top up from a $13 bottle. That bottle holds roughly 70 milliliters, which puts the real cost around $180 a liter. Same company as number 4 on this list, 90% cheaper. The only thing that changed is the packaging. Canon MegaTank runs on nearly identical bottle economics to EcoTank, giving Canon owners the same kind of tank-based savings at a similar price point. Same company behind Canon's number 2 spot on this list, a completely different number once you switch from cartridge to tank. And here's the twist, HP Smart Tank. Built by the exact same company sitting at number 1, its bottled ink lands around $400 a liter. That's pricier than Epson or Canon's tanks, but it's also about 12 times cheaper than what HP charges for the cartridge sitting 2 aisles over. Even HP knows the honest number. They just don't put it on the box that makes them the most money. Add up a full year of moderate printing on any of these 3 tanks, and you're looking at maybe $20 or $30 total. Run the same math on the cartridges from earlier in this list, and you could be well past 100, sometimes several hundred, for the exact same number of pages. If you made it this far, you now know the one number the entire printer industry hopes you never calculate. Every brand on this list is selling close to the same basic liquid at wildly different prices, and the only variable that changes is the packaging it ships in. Smash that like button if this changed how you'll shop for your next printer. Drop a comment and tell me which number got you. Team HP and its $5,000 liter, Team Canon's tiny cartridge math, or Team EcoTank's 90% discount. I read every single comment. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, because next week we run this same math on toner, and the results might surprise you even more. The most expensive ink you'll ever buy isn't the one with the scariest price tag. It's the one where nobody ever showed you the math.